History holds stories of empires built on bloodshed and fear, kingdoms that climbed to great power through ruthless force. Here are the 5 most dangerous empires, led by rulers who would do anything to conquer. 1. The Mongol Empire, ruthless conquerors of Asia. The Mongol Empire, founded by Genghis Khan in the 13th century, spread across Asia and Europe with a relentless hunger for conquest. Known for their unparalleled war tactics, the Mongols established one of the largest empires in history, but with every victory came a trail of unimaginable destruction. Genghis Khan's forces were notorious for not sparing anyone. All cities were razed, and their populations exterminated to establish Mongol rule. A particularly horrific action was the massacre of Nishapur, where approximately 1.7 million people were slaughtered in a single campaign. Genghis Khan's psychological warfare was terrifyingly effective. Word of his brutality spread in advance, causing many cities to surrender without a fight to avoid total destruction. The Mongols were also known for psychological terror, using mass executions and covering the heads of the defeated in pyramids as a warning. Genghis Khan's army not only terrorized but reshaped societies, instilled fear in his enemies, and led his armies thousands of miles. Their formidable reputation and the terror they instilled mark the Mongols as one of the most dangerous empires of all time. The Roman Empire, masters of cruelty and spectacle. The Roman Empire, famous for its architecture and military prowess, also harbored a dark side that made it a formidable power in the ancient world. The Romans weren't just interested in conquest. They displayed power through massive public executions and cruel forms of entertainment. For example, gladiator fights in the Colosseum were a brutal form of spectacle, where slaves, criminals, and prisoners of war were forced to fight to the death for public entertainment. Emperors like Caligula and Nero took the empire's cruelty to another level, often ordering executions and torture for personal gratification. One of Rome's most gruesome methods of punishment was the crucifixion, a slow, agonizing form of death used to make examples of criminals and rebels. When Spartacus led a slave revolt, Rome responded by crucifying 6,000 captive slaves along the Appian Way, a public display of the empire's power and ruthlessness. While Rome may be remembered for its achievements, its legacy of brutality and oppression still haunts history. 3. The Aztec Empire, bloody sacrifices to the gods. The Aztec Empire, located in present-day Mexico, is notorious for its ritual human sacrifices, which were believed to appease their gods and maintain cosmic order. At the height of their empire, thousands of captives were sacrificed, their hearts cut out, and offered to the gods. Templo Mayor, the main Aztec temple in Tenochtitlan, became the center of these cruel rituals. Historians estimate that more than 20,000 people were sacrificed in 4 days during the consecration of this temple. The Aztecs believed that these sacrifices were necessary to keep the sun active and ensure the growth of their crops, turning their capital into a ritual city of death and blood. Warriors were trained to capture rather than kill enemies in battle, specifically so that they could be sacrificed later. This relentless pursuit of sacrificial victims earned the Aztecs a fearsome reputation among neighboring tribes and made them one of the most feared empires in history. 4. The Assyrian Empire, a story of cruelty and power. In the annals of history, the Assyrian Empire stands out as one of the most powerful and feared forces of the ancient world. Known for their unparalleled military prowess, the Assyrians were relentless conquerors who ruled through terror and brutality. Their armies were notorious for psychological warfare, often displaying the severed heads of enemies on city walls as a grim warning to others. They developed advanced siege techniques, brutally attacked cities, and left no stone unturned in their quest for dominance. Like Ashurbanipal, Assyrian kings boasted of their brutality, massacres, and forced exiles, instilling fear in the vast territories they controlled. However, his reign of terror eventually led to his downfall, as the oppressed masses rose up against his oppressive rule. 5th, Nazi Germany, darkest chapter in modern history. Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler remains infamous for its calculated cruelty and ideology that led to the Holocaust, the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews, along with millions of other minorities. In the 1930s and 40s, Hitler's Third Reich created a repressive regime, setting up concentration camps where people were tortured, enslaved, and killed in gas chambers. Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Dachau became symbols of unimaginable horror, with the Nazi regime exploiting every method of systematic murder and psychological terror. In addition to the concentration camps, the Nazis unleashed mass terror across Europe, destroying entire towns and villages in Eastern Europe. The SS and Gestapo operated with ruthless efficiency, silencing dissent and crushing resistance wherever it arose. The unprecedented cruelty of Nazi Germany and the sheer scale of their crimes make it one of the most dangerous empires in history, leaving a scar on world history and the moral landscape of humanity. These empires remind us of how far humanity can fall when power is unchecked and tyranny is embraced. If you found this dive into history interesting yet, don't forget to hit subscribe button and turn on notifications for more stories uncovering the dark secrets of the past. Leave a comment below. Which empire do you think was the most dangerous?